Simplify is a common instruction when doing algebra. It means to write what you've got in a simpler way. That might mean with less terms or less factors, or by reducing fractions to simplest terms. Yes, algebraic fractions can also be written in simplest form. One of the most common things you'll have to do to simplify an algebraic expression is to collect like terms. Like terms are terms with the same variables and the same power or number of each variable in the term. For example, 3f, f, 7f, negative 2f, and 0.4f are all like terms because they all have one f in the term. In contrast, none of those are like any of these. 8e has an e instead of an f. F squared has two f's. It's f times f. 3fb has an extra variable. And 27 doesn't have any f's. 2yz, 8zy, and negative zy are all like terms. The order of the variables doesn't matter. 3 times 5 is the same as 5 times 3. It doesn't matter in what order you do the multiplication. So 2yz and 8zy are alike. They both have one y and one z. By convention, we normally write them in alphabetic order, yz rather than zy, but it doesn't really matter. And negative zy is just negative 1 zy. The term has one y and one z in it. But these are not like them. Y has no z at all. 8zyy has too many y's. Yz squared means y times z squared. Remember, the order of operations says that the exponent applies first, before the times. So yz squared has one y but two z's. All of these have two a's and three b's. Count them carefully. Remember, the order they're written within the term doesn't matter. Again, by convention, we would normally write them like the first one, in alphabetic order and using power notation. A squared, b cubed. These are all not like those. Can you see why not? To simplify an expression that involves addition or subtraction, what you do is collect like terms. Here's a simple example. 3f and 7f are like terms. I have 3f and another 7f, so altogether I have 10f. Another example. 2yz minus zy plus y. Collect like terms. Can you see any like terms? Yz and zy are like terms because although the order of the variables is different, they have the same number of each variable. What's the coefficient of the second one? It's 1. So 2yz minus zy is just 1 yz. And the y has no other like terms, so we have to just leave it alone. Yz plus y. See? It's simpler than what I started with. 5e minus 7b plus 3e plus 2b. Now be careful here. Minus signs go with the term immediately afterwards. This minus sign goes with the 7. Can you see any like terms? There are e's and b's. So put them together. And be careful with that minus sign. It needs to go with the 7. Don't leave it behind. The minus sign applies to the term straight after it, and nothing else. 5e plus 3e is 8e. Minus 7b plus 2b is minus 5b. Careful with that minus sign. If you're going to do the minus and the plus in the order they're written, you have to go minus 7 plus 2. You can't say minus 7 plus 2 for minus 9, because that would be doing the plus before the minus. Keep the minus sign with the term straight after it, and nothing else. Let's try a couple of harder ones. 4pq squared plus 2qp squared minus 8q squared plus 3q squared p. Okay, can you see any like terms? Yes, the pq squared and the q squared p. They're like terms because they both have one p and two q's. But the 2qp squared is not like those. It has one q and two p's. And the 8q squared has two q's but no p. So collect the like terms, 4pq squared and 3q squared p. Put them together. The others can stay at the end. Notice I've written them all in the more conventional alphabetic order. Be careful with that minus sign. Keep it with the 8q squared that follows it. The minus sign applies only to the term immediately after it. Okay, now 4 plus 3 is 7pq squared, and the rest is unchanged. One more. 3yn minus 2yn squared minus 7yny plus nyy plus 8nny. Now remember, the order of the multiplied variables doesn't matter. So let's write them all conventionally first, in alphabetic order with power notation. Y is y squared, and put the n first. Write the n first, put the n first, and then y times y is y squared. Y squared again, n squared. Okay, now is it easier to see the like terms? Collect them together. Careful, keep the minus signs with the terms that follow them. You can also write a 1 in front of the third term if it makes it easier for you. Now you can simplify. 3 minus 7 is negative 4, plus 1 is negative 3 ny squared. Negative 2 plus 8 is positive 6 n squared y. And that's much simpler than the first line. Good.